In this video, let's take a look at calibrating, or more specifically, reverse calibrating when we export points to an ASCII file. So I'm just going to zoom in here, and this is a project where we've actually taken an XREF from a DWG file and calibrated it to our survey. So here's the uncalibrated XREF out here, and you can see here's the curve return, the boundary in the CAD file, and then here's our survey. So they didn't quite match up. So we just created a calibration to bring that CAD stuff from the DWG file to our local site, and it brings everything on grid. Okay, so what if I want to send points back to the project? So I'm going to come in here and say, I want to stake out this. I'm going to Kogo or create points on it. Let's do some stationing here. So I'm going to station this every 10 feet. I'm not sure how many points that'll give us. Okay, so got a whole bunch there. And I could have done just one curve. Looks like I did a whole bunch here. And I added this traverse station, whatever it is. Let's take a look here. So this should be this one, station plan, 113 points, so I can turn it on or off. So let's send this traverse back out to the project. And if I did that, if I sent this back, it would currently be in my survey coordinates. But what if I want to send it back in the coordinates of the original XREF? So obviously the project is on a different set of coordinates in my survey, and this often happens just because of architect using something in feet, in inches, and my survey is in feet, or I'm using a low distortion zone and they're using a state plane. It could be all kinds of reasons why they're not exactly the same. These happen to be close. Maybe yours are not close at all. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do File, Export, and we're going to say, no, I don't want to send out the entire survey. I just want to do that station plan one. I'm going to send it out as an ASCII, and I'm going to send coordinates out. Okay, so that's really important. I can't calibrate or reverse calibrate geodetics if I'm setting latitude or longitude. So I've got to be using coordinates at this point. And then look, here's my calibration. So I'm going to come in and select the calibration called CAD, and it tells me what the from and to are, so I can say, yeah, that's what I used earlier. And then I'm going to tell it reverse calibrate. So I went from the DWG to the local site for the calibration, but I want to send this file back from local site to the coordinate reference system in the DWG file. So I'm going to reverse calibrate that. So now I've got a calibration selected. I can turn it off with this if I want. And let's go ahead and just export that. So Traverse BC has gone ahead and said, yeah, I'm writing this file. I sent 112 points. I'm finishing it, and a calibration was involved. So let's come in and look at our message view. And the message view took each point that got sent out and said, first of all, here's the calibration I'm using, and I'm going from the local site to the ref because I reversed them. Okay, and then it just tells me for each point, here's the from coordinate, here's the to coordinate. So now if I were to import that file back in, let's go to File, Import. Let's go ahead and browse to that file that we just did on 117. I'm going to go into ASCII settings, and I'm going to say, if I have duplicate points, create a brand new imported point for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and import those now, and look what we get. We get all of those points on the, let's see, change duplicate point, make sure that it's got all those. Okay, so we went ahead and imported all those. Let's turn that on now, because here are all the points we imported. And now we can see they're all on that uncalibrated location that is back in the original DWG file. So I wanted to show you this just so you realize that once I've done a calibration like this, I can choose to say, you know what, I had to calibrate your design in that DWG file to my survey. So if I'm going to send back to you points because I staked these out or I created these for something, I have the option now of sending them back to you in your original DWG coordinates or project coordinates, which are not the same as my survey. So just real simple. When I go to export it, I can just say, yeah, I'm going to export that, and I'm going to use this particular calibration, and I'm going to reverse it. So new in TPC Desktop 2022 Release 0.